Here we are. It is Wednesday late afternoon and we are heading over to Aotearoa international departures. Here we come. Quick check-in and then we'll be on our way. Perth Airport is where we're starting, so coming along for the ride. We're going to meet up with Jason from Kiwi Brick Exchange. Going to meet up. I used to live in Wellington, so I know quite a few people. So I'll be hanging out with some of those, going to the Lego store and stuff like that. But first things first, let's get checked in and on board. Okay, checked in, quick and easy. Looks like it's going to be a busy flight though. There's a lot of people in some kind of sporting kit, whatever they are. Anyway, Perth Airport is an absolute dump. They are meant to be doing it up, but it is a shocker. So I'm just going to get my way through security and all of that straight away. No point hanging around because there's nothing to do this side. As you can see, everything's gone. There used to be kind of foodery type things here, but Hungry Jack's is round the side, which is interesting, isn't it? Anyway, what are we on? We're off to Auckland, NZ176, 9:50 departure. We arrive in the early hours of the morning and then I'm heading off down to Wellington. So that's where we're at. I shall catch you when there's something to talk about. Windy Wellington, although that is bang normal for the place. I'll be honest, that was some bumpy landing. This is kind of the centre of it all, really. Behind me is Te Papa, kind of a museum. Over there, that building over there is called a whariwaka. It's a place where they keep kind of indigenous boats, wakas. Over there is the stock exchange, that big square building, and on the far side of that there's a great pub called St John's. You can just see the little white building on the end of it, and Shed 22 is also a boozer. I don't know what it's called now. It used to be Max Brewery, but it could be anything now. That building over there, that's new. That's an exhibition and convention centre. That's new, lovely. This is Te Papa, and over this way is the waterfront. Where are we going later on? We're going in that direction later on to get some booze, a few beers with an old boss of mine who I haven't seen for a number of years because I haven't been here for a number of years. Down that way is a beautiful statue. We'll maybe go down there in a minute. Something in the Solace in the Wind, I think it's called. Beautiful, one of my favourite statues in the world. And here is the bay. It's a harbour bay. There's an island over there that kept prisoners of war at. There's a port over there. I used to do all their design work. There's some lovely old sheds and bond buildings along there. The TSB arena where the wearable World of Arts is. This thing's been here since time began. Absolute dump of a ship. Anyway, so yeah, let's go and have a look at Solace in the Wind. Okay, there is Wellington, and in the background is Oriental Parade. which is the fancy bit of living. There's a new little statue all the way over there. Looks like a little mermaid diving in. Quite like that. Sweet. But this is Solace in the Wind. Beautiful story that goes with it, but yeah, lovely bronze on the water's edge. The story is about some guy that moved to New Zealand when he lost his wife, Max Pate. Anyway, it's about him kind of leaning into the wind here because it is windy. And all of his trips, and as you can hear, it is bloody windy. So let's go and try and find some Lego. So this is technically the Golden Mile, as they call it, Lambton Quay Shopping Central. And the Lego shop is somewhere down that way, I believe. But interestingly, I used to work in that building. There you go. Let's go and have a look. So I went completely the wrong direction for about half a kilometre. Here it is. It actually looks like one of the smallest stores that I've seen. But yeah, we'll go and have a little nosy, see what it's got. There's not many people in there, so filming might be a bit awkward, but we'll give it a whirl.
Good morning. It is, what day is it? Friday? I think it's Friday. This is the view from the hotel this morning. It is raining outside, which is a bit of a gutter, to be honest. But yeah, so that's Wellington Harbour. The Wellington sign that we were looking at yesterday is right there. You just can't see it from here. So yeah, this is it. What time is it? It's 8 a.m. So technically it is 4 a.m. Perth time. Over there is the Oriental Parade area, but it seems that the world has descended into chaos overnight. All those people that were, what integration? Well, online is full of comments about Brick Store no longer working with Bricklink. It's early, give me a chance. So Brick Store seems not to be working. People have got kind of like an email that they're showing, but I haven't seen that email myself, so I'm not sure how people have been contacted by Bricklink about this. But obviously if usernames have started to change, then your setup within Brick Store will be different because your account settings will be different. So presumably they're going to have to redo all the APIs or something like that if they're changing over. It is in maintenance at the moment and has been for a little while, because I jumped on to try and see if there was anything on the help page talking about it. So that's going to be a bit of an interesting one. Yesterday we did go to the brick store. We went to the Lego store and I got 4 pick-a-brick boxes. My plan was to go back this morning and get some of the minifigures, like the Halloween minifigures from the pick-a-brick, you know, build a minifigure type bit. So we'll see. I'm going to kind of just make my way to Auckland today. Should land there about 4 p.m, which means it will be a bit of a hustle. As you can see, suitcase. It's going to be a bit of a hustle to get into the Lego store in Newmarket before the end of the day, but we'll give it a whirl. I don't know what time they're open to, but we'll see if we can manage that, because I would like to get all of that kind of parting out stuff, stock stuff done so I can create a BSX file if it's working. So we'll see. I'll see when this comes back online and whether or not there's any information about Brick Store and the integration. Seems a lot of people are having a bit of a problem already. A fair few comments on Facebook groups. There's a few on the video that I made a while back about integrating stores for people that haven't, and a fair few people saying they knew nothing about it. Really? So, see what transpires today. It's probably a good time for the store to be closed. Okay, we're out and about. It's pretty early. It's freezing, as it always is in Wellington. But the sun has come out, the rain has stopped. There's a fox, looks like, sitting on top of that post, as opposed to the mermaid that was on the other thing. But I did saw Jason from Kiwi Brick Exchange last night. We had a bite to eat, had a bit of a good chin wag about stores and whatnot. Yeah, so that was lovely. It was really nice to catch up with somebody that you kind of, you've got a relationship with, not in a weird way, but you've never actually got together. So the big plan now is that we get myself, Noah and Jason all together in the same room. Maybe we could do like a brick by brick podcast on tour. That would be the ticket, wouldn't it? There's the mermaid. I tried searching it online, but there is a strip club here called Mermaids. So yeah, that doesn't really go very well. Never mind. But I did think that I didn't really explain Solace in the Wind very well yesterday. There was people around. I didn't want to really talk about it too much. It's over there by the water. And so, in a nutshell, the guy worked for Weta Workshop, which is the production house that produced all of the Lord of the Rings stuff. The artist Pat, not sure, Patte, say that how you will, is also the guy that created the bodysuit for Christian Bale in Batman Begins. That is another of his claims to fame. But anyway, the statue was created as a reflection of himself, leaning into the wind here on the harbour, as he felt he was kind of at a turning point in his life. I think there was some relationship stuff in there, but I couldn't find that online last night. But yeah, so it's a self-portrait almost of him leaning into the wind and being, can I change it? There you go. Leaning into the wind, facing kind of the struggles of being a migrant in a country which is quite a relevant subject at the moment, isn't it? Anyway, that's kind of what he's come about for this statue, but it's a beautiful statue. It's one of my favourite. They do make a miniature of it, which is 90 centimetres tall, which is $18,000 US dollars. So I won't be getting one of them, but it is one of the most beautiful things, and really resonated with me when I lived here 7 odd years ago, a long way from home. So yeah, beautiful statue here on the waterfront, which is looking absolutely amazing today. Absolutely dead calm out there as opposed to yesterday, which is unusual. I'm sure it's not when we take off for Auckland later on, but yeah, enjoy this. Okay, we had a little drop into the Lego store, the little box on top. I'll show you when I get back to the hotel, but I went for it on the pick a brick minifigure stuff that you saw in there, doubled up on a few pieces like the black cats and things like that, but rather than using an inordinate amount of packaging, I just asked them if I could put it in one of these small boxes, and they were cool, so that's good. This is the other side of where we were, so there was a wow sign. This is windy, obviously. It's Wellington. It's known as the Windy City for a reason. There's a duck down there. Anyway, but that is the other side of the Whariwaka, which essentially just means boat house from memory. My te reo is not perfect, so apologies, but yeah, Whariwaka. There's a big bridge here that used to go over into Aotearoa Square, but it no longer does. But this is another one of the art installations that's here. There were some of these on the foreshore, you know, amongst all the rocks, but they seem to be boarded up. But they're beautiful pieces of poetry that are scattered around the waterfront. This gets quite wild in summer. People on lilaws and dinghies having a bit of a party, having a swim. You get a lot of stingrays in there though, so go steady. And then this is the other side of the NZX that we saw yesterday. The white building at the front is an old ambulance station and one of my favourite bars, St John's, or it was. Back in the day, it might be absolutely garbage now. I have no idea. So many places have changed in the 7 years since I lived here. But yes, ferry waka, and you can see a waka, which is, well, it's not technically a waka, that's just a big bloody boat. But maybe that's a modern interpretation of what was a very traditional sailing craft that carried the Maori people from all over the place. These little kind of white ones, Peraru and Korokoro, are kind of modern kayaky type versions of what is a very traditional mode of transport. So there we go. There you go, the Waka function centre, the Karake cafe. It's a long time since I've been in there, but as you can see, there is a traditional Waka in there, uneven surface, caution. There it is, big traditional boat, beautiful carvings, glorious. Anyway, the skyline of Wellington's CBD. I can't remember what that monstrosity building is, but it always reminds me of the cathedral in Liverpool for some reason. It's probably copied from it. Anyway, St John's is not open. More's a pity. The NZX is open, but you never see anything going on in there. But let's head back to the hotel. Okay, back at Auckland. Sitting in the middle, so I couldn't do any filming, but here we are in Auckland once more. Just gone 4 p.m. So, collect the bags, go and get the hire car, and see if we can't make a little dash to the Lego store and get some goodies. Okay, here we are. Third city, third flight, second Lego shop. But this is one that I more frequently come to, so I'm not expecting any big surprises here. Looking at it, it's not actually that much different in size to the one in Wellington. Maybe it's just the fact that it's all on one layer and stuff like that. Anyway, we're going to pop in there, try not to catch a lot of innocent people in the video. We'll have a little look and then we'll see what's what. It is Saturday morning, 9:19 a.m. here in the North Shore of Auckland. I have put all of the parts from Pick a Brick that we've been collecting that are able to in 10,500 parts. I haven't uploaded them yet because Brick Store is not working, I believe. These are all the parts that are not yet inventoried. There's a whole bunch of minifigure parts that I did pick up from the Builder minifigure bits. And here is the 10,500 parts. Oh yeah, some pretty good stuff in there. Dark green plants, dark green open studs, white leaves, they were on my list. White slopes were on my replacement list. These black 1x1 curved things, pretty good. Those plates with studs, again, just decent stuff. Some coral leaves, can't really remember if we've got any of that. Some spiders webs given Halloweens on the cards. Tan 1x5s, plenty of decent stuff for the store. But obviously yesterday the Bricklink was down with the integration. Who saw that coming? And it seems Brick Store is not working for people, so I haven't tried to do anything with it yet. This is today's view. Not too shabby, is it? This is like a hotel apartment type situation. So yeah, beautiful Hauraki Gulf. It is quite stunning. You head up that way, gets very white sandy beaches, but this is Oriwa, where I used to live, pretty much. Very close to here anyway. Anyway, there you go. Not much else going to happen today, really. Put this away. I will try Brick Store, but I don't think it's working for anybody. Let's have a little, let's just test it while we're here. Where is all that stuff nowadays? File, import, Bricklink Store. There you go. I'm sure everyone is getting this issue at the moment, and I'm sure Brick Store are working away hard to get that sorted. But yeah, so we got 2,500 parts. I can't kind of import my values from the store file or anything like that, so we shall wait and see what happens with that. But I'm going to put these parts away now, out of the way, before we kick off kind of the weekend.
Okay, it's Tuesday afternoon. Store opened on Monday. Just seemed a bit of an opportunity given the outages and the trouble with Brick Store and things like that. So opened the store. 10 orders so far. So it's going to be a busy day tomorrow once I get back. Currently Tuesday, kind of 2:30, something like that. Anyway, here in Auckland, airport, ticking along. Obviously we've got a bit of a journey ahead. Get back into Perth around 9:30 this evening, losing 4 hours in the process as well. So a bit of a trek, but that's the way it goes via Melbourne. As you saw, kind of a little bit of Lego available here in the airport. I had a look at the prices of that battle pack, and the parts out value was crap, so didn't go with it. No need to be carrying more than I need to be carrying. So yeah, we're back to it tomorrow. It's currently 505 lots, nearly 5,000 pieces to pick. That is a full day's kind of effort required, so whether I'll get them all done in the Wanna remains to be seen. So this is it. We'll update as we go, but otherwise that was New Zealand done and dusted. Lovely time with the kids. Very important to me, but coming back recharged, ready to go, full of kind of ideas of what we need to be doing with the store moving forward. The part count has taken a bit of a hit, obviously limited uploads the week before, sales above uploads for the first time in a while, so we need to kind of right that equilibrium, but that's probably going to be a weekend job now, given that we've got orders to pick and pack and post and work to figure out as well, and work. So yeah, there's a lot to get done once we get back, so good on you.
It is Wednesday morning and we are back complete with head cold, which is a bit of a pain in the, not only the head but in the backside as well. Yeah, a bit stuffed up, so if I sound weird, there you go. Got a headache to go with it, dosed up on whatever's now. I've taken some Panadol as well, so watch out. Where are we starting? Let's have a look over here. We are starting with 17 orders to pick. 574 lots, 4,775 items. 1,700 of those are from one order all by itself. And whilst it's not the beginning of the week, this is where we're at. We have taken a bit of a hit, but we do know that we've got those 10,500 parts to upload. Plus, there are a bunch of parcels that have arrived whilst I've been away. Those bottom 4 are all gift with purchase. I'm assuming they're all the Sega controller. The one on the right is new Dymo labels, and the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are parts. And that's where we're starting the week. We're just gonna get into it, get some picking done. There's been no questions on the vlog this week, so I'll spare that, given that it's been a bit of a weird one with me traipsing around New Zealand and whatnot. But yeah, this is where we're kicking off, and we'll see what the rest of the week brings. It's Wednesday, so there's not much left of it, to be honest, but you never know. Okay, end of Wednesday. It has taken me all day in amongst kind of meetings and catch-ups and admin, things that needed to be addressed, so that has taken the whole day. I just got time to do the post and get it away. If I run through things quickly with you now. Yeah, it's been a big one for the light blue grey, that's for sure. These little circle discs in a couple of orders. This one is similar to another one somewhere else, but interesting enough. 50s and 60s of most things in here, light blue, dark blue, grey, black, and then a little bit of magenta and yellow on the side of that one. Oh, this has kind of like a Pirates feel. At one point I thought maybe they were making the Black Pearl, but who knows. Trans everything in this one, kind of everything you can imagine. Cockpits, Millennium Falcon cockpit, some pearl dark grey elements, a whole load of gold and metallic silvery type stuff, and a heap of Technic axles in that one. Space is a bit of a theme as well. Helmets in that one, a couple of wheels in that one off one of those bicycles, some hair pieces in that one, dark blue spaceman, light blue spaceman, and helmets in that one. 3 of those in that one. I'm going to say a Ninjago kind of Chinaman type hat. I don't know what it's really called. Dustbin lid in some other instances. More space here. Some dark blue space torsos, dark blue hands, white space baby, some black oxygen tanks. Amazon forest diorama for that one. Into some bigger ones, a whole load of reddish brown in this one, all sorts in there, a lot of bricks, a mixture of dark blue, yellow, green, tan, olive, all red in that one, a little bit of black, a little bit of light blue, dark blue, grey, and some white. Fascinating. What that one was kind of feels like a modular. Clearing me out of the 1x3s there, and some plates from the used. 1,508 or something like that, an 80, sorry, of those tiles, and then some white tiles, some bricks, and some greenery type things. A Republic gunship at the back there, 2 types, kind of clearing me out of those, and a whole lot of those, all the way white in that one, and this one is dark blue grey, black, light blue grey, and a few other little bits and pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So one of these must come through the day. There's also a shipping request from the USA. I've gone back to the buyer to say that I'm happy to quote the tariffs, but they're going to be 15% baseline, given that the origin of destination for the items is Denmark, which is a 15% tariff, and apparently they're the rules you've got to stick by. You can't just say it's coming from Australia. Shrugs shoulders, sighs, rolls eyes, and yes, I've gone back to them, but I think it was the middle of the night in America when I sent that message, so we'll wait and hear. I have done nothing else today other than that and work type stuff, which I've not finished yet, but up against the clock to get all of this packaged, weighed and out in the next hour, so I'm going to crack on with that, and we'll be back here tomorrow for a little bit more fun and games. Good
afternoon. Welcome to, what are we on, Thursday. Parts going out the door, 5 orders, so pretty decent. And one of them, particular note, whole lot of black, as you can probably hear from my voice, full of cold. Dark blue grey, bit of tan, bit of white in that one. Black and white in here, clearing me out almost of those white tiles. Canopy there, and some other bits and pieces. That's got a bit of a Starfighter feel to it. This one has a very modular feel, door frames, things like that, and some canopies. And this is my first off to the US since Zonos was started up. Pretty easy to sign on. The process seems to be you register and link your My Business account to Sonos, and then Zonos even, and then as you place an order, you can do a calculation on there for the address and the parts and the just the value. Actually, it's nothing about the weight, it's just the value and the location, and especially the destination of origin, which I went with Denmark, given that this is Lego and apparently that's going to be a big deal at the border crossing. And then went back to the buyer, explained that, you know, that's the situation, that shipping plus that, and yeah, he was happy to proceed. So a whole lot of dark red stuff, some canopies, a Batman and a CMF and some base plates. So decent order as well. For reference, $164 order. Tariff was $24.73, I think, something like that. So not cheap either. We are pretty much up to date on wanted lists, placed some store orders, had one message from the store suggesting that if I didn't clear them out of parts, less people would be pissed off with me. So they're all done. Going to go and do the post office, and then I'm going to come back and do parts, of which there is obviously all of this to go in. Bricks and Beaches at the top there, Brickyard down under there. I'm not sure who the others are, but we'll go through them. We'll class these as friendly stores. Don't know if anyone else has experienced this kind of token request issue on Brick Store. I was just working through files and it said my token was out of date or something like that. New one on me. I've kind of seen mention of it here and there, but essentially what you need to do is go up to Brick Store Preferences, and then if you go along to the Bricklink tab, you will get a access token, and you can get a new token by clicking on this link, which then takes you to here. You copy that code and then you paste it into that bar there, which I'll do in a second, and then you just press OK and everything seems to go back to normal, which is pretty cool. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, I got sidetracked. So that is the Brick Store file for the stuff that I picked up whilst I was away, and that is the BSX file for the orders that were sitting on the top, which I will give you a little peek at now. So a whole bunch of you've seen all of this stuff from when we were away. Those have arrived. It's pretty nice looking, isn't it? I think it's a cool little set. Who knows if it'll sell, but essentially these are the orders that have come in. Plenty of stuff to be putting in the store. It's going to be about 18,000 parts going in, so it'll give us a nice little bump up, which is all good, isn't it? So let's get on with that. Friday, isn't it? Still feeling rather under the weather, so it's going to be a bit of a slow day. But I did see online a little bit of chat about businesses not being eligible for insider points if you were buying from Lego and you had the accounts linked. So I've had to ChatGPT kind of check out the new terms and conditions, and there's nothing that covers that, so I'm not sure where that's come from. If you have any more information on that, do leave a comment down below, but checking their terms of service, there's nothing there that would suggest that businesses are ineligible only if you're buying from other people, which, you know, makes sense. I mean, you can't be having insider points for buying off your mate, because you could just buy off yourself, refund it, get the points. It makes no sense. Vlog coming along nicely. Everything other than today is already plotted and in there, so we're all good. And I've had a really nice tidy up, mainly because it's pretty quiet. But as you can see, the boys are back in their place and everything is neat and tidy over there. I do have some recycling to take out, of course, but when do I not? So everything's looking ship shape, everything's cleaned down. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I haven't dusted this trolley, but that's another day's job. And then, as you can see, things are getting along nicely here. We're all the way down here on the big drawers, all the way down to 602 now. So we've got another column of that one, and then as we move around this side, we've still got 4 down the line there, which is pretty decent. But everything else is getting quite filled out. I did tidy up those pots that needed sorting and the overflow parts. And in terms of small drawers, we've still got this one, 2 units, 2 3/4 really. We're up to 1396 in terms of the small drawers, so a lot of room there as well, which is pretty decent all in all. Happy with all of that. 2 orders in overnight, red and black all the way on this one. 96 of those inverted slopes, 1 control panel and some red plates, and then 30 of those weapons and 10 of the chrome silver lightsaber handles, which I'm actually the only person in Australia that has those. So I mean, they're a pretty penny, but I have just ordered some more from a supplier in Europe, so that is good. Yeah, other than that, we're all under control. Like, I could do a part out, but I feel like stink, so I'm probably just going to take it easy for the rest of today. Had a clean down, as I said, so that kind of feels nice, and everything else is all under control, isn't it? A few things have been reallocated as a result, but it's getting interesting. I had another store contact me yesterday with an opportunity to buy their stock, but again, kind of doing the sums and looking at it with BL metrics and being able to do store arbitrage, so I could see what kind of profit margin was on the stock that they had and things like that. I think the problem is you end up with a bit of a disparity between what people really want to achieve, and I fully understand that because they've poured all of their invested in a store. The store had some amazing Acro Mills shelves and stuff like that, which I might be keen on taking and just putting in the storage unit, to be honest. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame that one, don't have oodles of cash slushing around to be able to just do that kind of thing. But equally, you know, if you are looking to sell a store, what you really need to be thinking about is whoever's buying it is buying it to make money from it. So, you know, we had the one before which was looking for 60%. This one was looking for similar kind of level, when really you need to be looking at more like getting 30, 33%. Depends what the stock is, but you are not going to get a lot, you know. And I've said this a couple of people recently. Their better plan would be to have a sale, 50% sale, and just like bundle out everything you can, and then try and offload the dead wood for a bargain basement and clear out. I think that would just be a much more profitable strategy than trying to sell something in one big chunk. There aren't a lot of people in a position to buy big stores. People are parting out, people are doing it that way. You know, the time and effort, having done that once, of incorporating a new store is huge. So yeah, it was a shame that nothing comes off of that, but watch this space, you never know. It might circle back and become a bit of a winner later on. All that really remains is to hoover. I've picked up all the box bits that kind of end up scattered on the floor like confetti, and we've got quite a few drawers marked with spaces in them as well, which is good as we kind of start adding in new things. If I feel a little bit better this afternoon, maybe I'll venture out, but I doubt it. Might just lie low for the weekend. It is actually a long weekend here in WA as well, so Monday is a day off, so I've got some work that I need to do over the weekend. But yeah, we'll tick along. I'll keep the vlog open for the rest of today, and we'll see if any more orders appear during the course of today beyond these two that are already in. Decent orders, both of them, so let's just crack on getting those sorted. Saturday morning, quiet time it's been. End of the month approaching, huge sets coming out 1st of October, although I seem to be saying that every month at the moment, don't I? Kind of the amount of sets we've got. A little mini wave of Star Wars, including the Death Star, the gingerbread AT-AT. What else is coming out? Nintendo Game Boy thing, I think. Yeah, there's a lot coming out. So there was one yesterday, one overnight, and one this morning. First one in Brickowl for a long time. It's felt like since the account integration, Brickowl has been very, very quiet. Interestingly enough, I wonder what's behind that, because nothing's fundamentally changed, but still in a fair few carts, but not seeing those translate through into actual purchases. So 23 carts at the moment, which is down from where it's sitting in the low 30s, but yeah, an interesting pattern since account integration. This one is off to Bangkok, second time buyer. It has a bit of a Millennium Falcon feel with that table, that sort of thing, a few curves, but maybe a mock of something around that, as this is a brand new piece, new mould. So yeah, good to see that one going out, so after getting some in for a bit of an experiment. And then this one is a bit of a mixed bag of green, tan, light blue, dark blue, could be anything. I'm not even going to try and speculate what that is. Other than that, things are, you know, still lovely and tidy. A few things added to the wanted list over there, but only a couple of things. And what I'm conscious of today is I've got some other things I need to do, but what I want to do, go through and do a little bit of stock take of good staples, things that are just going out the door regularly. 2x4 black plates running quite low, as are something around here. Yeah, 1x3 light blue grey, they're running low. Yes, there's still plenty in there, but trying to stay in front of the curve on those things as we build towards this kind of single source location for things. So that's where we're at. Coming along nicely, isn't it? It's a very kind of translucent kind of corner, isn't it? Trans light blue, trans light blue, trans clear, trans orange, trans dark blue. Look at that, all in one little flurry, and some more down there as well. Oof. Anyway, so yeah, that's been the week that was a weird week, wasn't it? It's kind of been a week and a bit, really. I know the beginning of the vlog was very different to the usual format, but you know, we get out and about. Still feeling pretty crook, so heading off to the docks this morning before we head into the long weekend. It is the AFL Grand Final, which nobody out of Australia even have a clue what that is. It is the Bledisloe Cup over in Eden Park, the one I'll be watching, and I think there was some other rugby league, yeah, rugby league on, which the missus was quite happy with the winner. So a big weekend, isn't it? And it's the World Cycling Championships. Go Taddy. I will be back tomorrow probably for the next week's vlog. If you've got questions, comments, topics you'd like me to cover in the forthcoming chit chat, leave a comment down below and I will cover those off. Obviously there's been a lot going on since the last one I did. I haven't done one this week because it wasn't really that kind of week. But anyway, I shall see you next week. Thanks for watching.